Hi, my name's Paul, and as you can see, this shot doesn't really look that great. I mean, there's almost no background separation, the shutter speed's all messed up, and there's a ton of grain. So I know what you might be thinking. Oh, just go get a new expensive camera, that's just gonna make everything better, right? But that's just simply not the case. So the camera I have right now, the Canon RP, I consider that a pretty good camera for both photo and video. But the thing is, I'm not really using it properly. Like I said before, all my settings are messed up. But one thing a lot of people don't know is that lighting is also a very important aspect in video. I mean, right now I only have one light up and it's behind me, so it's not doing me too much justice at the moment. So in this video, I'm going to show you a step-by-step lighting process so we can make the shot look a little bit better. Now, a few disclaimers. I'm not saying the techniques that I personally use are the best techniques. I chose this technique because they're the easiest to use and you can also use lights that you already have at home. Also, one more thing. I'm sorry about the audio. The only lens I have right now is a 50mm, so I'm about like 4 feet away from the microphone. So if it sounds a little tin canny, I apologize for that. Alright, so without any hesitation, let's get into it. Alright, so the first thing I said was that my settings were all messed up. So before I even do anything with lighting, I'm gonna fix that first. So right now I'm shooting at about 1/20th of a second at f16 and at about ISO 12,000. So we'll fix those up right away. Alright, so I've changed my basic settings and as you can see, there's way more background separation, my movements are far more realistic, and there's almost no more ISO grain. But now there's a problem. Since I turned down my ISO significantly, you basically can't see my face. And this is where the lights come in. And I'm gonna add another reminder here. Your basic settings will most definitely change the more lights you add. Alright, so the first light we're going to be using is the light we have in the back, which is just my regular bedroom light. It consists of one LED light bulb, and I'll put it in the front and you guys will see how much the video changes. Alright, so this is the shot with my bedroom light at about, I'd say, a 90-degree angle to me. And as you can see, it already looks way better. But I have one problem with this shot. For my personal preference, I feel like it's a little more on the orange/warm side. So what I'm gonna do to fix that is just change the white balance. And while doing this, you can use whatever preset you want that you have in your camera, but I'm personally just gonna use the custom white balance. Alright, so this is what the shot looks like with my custom white balance, and as you can see, it looks a lot more even. So now what we're gonna do is we are gonna add the main light. And as the name suggests, this light is going to have the biggest impact on how our video looks. So for this main light, I'm going to use a random light that I found at my house. It has about 4 light bulbs and it emits white light. But the most convenient part about it is that the lights are actually bendable, so it's really easy to manipulate the light so you can shine them wherever you want them to shine. Alright, so this is what the video looks like with the main light at about a 45-degree angle from my face. And as you would expect, I did change my basic settings just a little bit. I lowered my ISO slightly just because of the amount of light that was coming directly at my face. And I also changed the white balance to make the image look a little warmer. But now we run into another problem. Like I said before, there is a ton of light coming to my face, and it's definitely too much. I mean, just look at these shadows right here. So if you have a regular studio light at home, you would use something called a softbox to cover the light. And for those of you who don't know, you put a softbox over a studio light to diffuse the light a bit so it looks a little more flattering on the person's face. But since I don't have a studio light at home, I will be using this towel to cover these lights to diffuse them a little bit. Alright, so this is what the video looks like with the towel on my main light. And as you can see, it looks much more flattering on my face. Now this next step is a little more optional, but I will show you how it looks anyways. So as you can probably see, this side of my face is well lit while this side of my face is slightly dark. And this is where a fill light would come in. And just like its name suggests, a fill light is used to fill just one side of the face. And for the fill light, I'm going to be using this nightstand light, or I don't really know what it's called, but I found it in my closet. And it emits a very orange tone, so I will have to change the white balance again. Alright, so this is what it looks like with the fill light basically right next to me. Now for my personal preference, I don't really use a fill light most of the times, but I will keep it on for the sake of the video. Now for the final part of the video, I will be using what's called an accent light. And this is just to make the shot look a little more interesting. Now for the accent light, I'm gonna use just this thing that we bought at IKEA a few years ago for like $5. And this also emits an orange tone, but I'm not gonna have to change my white balance because it's gonna be a little far away. So I'll do that right now. Alright, so that's what it looks like with the accent light in the back, and in my opinion, it does make the shot look a little more interesting. Okay, so that's basically the end of this main part of the lighting tutorial. But I'm gonna show you a few more ways that you can go with this. So this is what it looks like without the fill light. This is what it looks like without the first light we used in the beginning. And this is what it looks like with just the main light. And personally, this is my favorite way of lighting because it shows a very punchy and contrasty look on the other side of my face. Alright, so that's the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, and turn on post notifications. Peace.
JC on the track, boy.